unturned strawman at Turanki Ramajaraga. Still having a camera glitch, as you can see. Please excuse it. It's not too bad. Anyway, so listen. This video, in the playlist and series, Medical Marijuana and Your Personal Evolvement, is about crutches and Bandaids. Before I continue, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, then please take a moment to do it right now. Activate the notification bell feature while you're doing that. Share the joy of the channel with others. You can start by giving this video a thumb up and comment courteously below. Bandaids and crutches, crutches and Bandaids. This is in response to a comment under another video, a prior video in this series. It's a good comment. And it addresses medical marijuana use for chronic pain. And points out that medical marijuana is probably not a good way to go about dealing with chronic pain because it's a Band-Aid. It's a crutch. It's just treating the symptom. And there are better ways to treat that symptom, like go to the root causes of it. Well, I agree. It is that, of course. No matter what medical marijuana is being used for, it's some outside thing being used to, one of the ways it's going to work is to cover things over, to mask them, to be a temporary thing. As soon as you're not high anymore, the problem's back. All right. Well, yeah. I want to ask you about crutches. Have you ever used crutches? Have you ever had an orthopedist say, all right, here, you're going to have to use crutches for a while. And then you're provided a pair of crutches, or you go buy a pair of crutches, or a cane, a walker, a wheelchair. Did you find that you needed them? Did you find that they were helpful and constructive? I'm sure you did. Was there a time when you no longer needed them? Hopefully, for you, yes. Usually, they're temporary. Usually, they are exactly what they are called, a Band-Aid and a crutch. When we think of, what we mean when we say, well, that's just a crutch. That's just a Band-Aid. Yeah, that's what they are. It's very easy to fall into step with the idea that when somebody says, but that's just a crutch, that's just a Band-Aid, that's a bad thing. And sometimes a crutch or a Band-Aid is exactly what is going to help things along for a while. Now, at what point we should take off the Band-Aid? Or at what point we should throw away the crutches or put them in the closet for later years? When do we know exactly the moment when we cross that line from use the crutch to use the Band-Aid to not use the crutch, not use the Band-Aid? Pretty hard to tell. It's also been pointed out here in this playlist, in the comment section, that medical doctors, meaning allopathic medical practitioners, not homeopathic, not Ayurvedic, not naturopathic, allopathic. Well, that's Western medicine in large. Aren't trained very well in pain management. And so one of the things they now do is prescribe medical marijuana. I would say, I do say, if asked in a certain context, that all allopathic medical practice is a bit misinformed. Except for surgery. This is his own branch that, well, that's pretty marvelous stuff. allopathic medicine in large prescribes medications. We may say they're all crutches. They're all Band-Aids. Getting to the root cause of a symptom, a physical one, I would say in all cases, we can say the root cause was not physical. Even an injury on the job. Can be traced back to something mental, something having to do with consciousness, somebody not paying attention, this, that, and the other thing. So any physical treatment, any outside substance being ingested, is going to be a crutch, a treating of the symptoms, not a treating of the cause. So that medical marijuana is just a crutch, just a Band-Aid, and just treating the symptoms. I put that in the category of a trivial truth. In other words, it's not a big point to make. However, if it's not realized and brought forth and stated in this context, in this playlist, then it would have yet to be stated and brought forth, because we should be aware of that. There are people, I'm sure, who do not consider that at all, and they don't give a shit if they do. Yeah, so what? I have a crutch. I like my weed. I like getting high, dude. Now I have a reason. Now I have a legitimate reason. I got my medical marijuana card. Now I can buy weed legally. I know there's a lot of that. There is. All right? And this playlist is not a playlist to debate the controversial social issue of medical marijuana use. Should it be legal? Should it not be legal? Should it be used? Should it be not used? Should marijuana be prescribed for anything by modern medicine or not? It's not the purpose here. But it is good to bring these things forth. If I'm going to be saying there is a way to turn medical marijuana into to use it more wisely than just what is being assumed to be used for or actually being prescribed for. There are more wise ways to go about it. There are wiser ways. There's more that can be considered. So as long as we're doing that, we might as well point out some of the things that we are up against. So I think I made my point here. And I appreciate the comment that brought up allopathic medicine, misinformation, maybe disinformation in the medical practice, in the medical industry, treating symptoms rather than causes. How far back do we have to go, by the way, when it comes to treating causes rather than symptoms? How many symptoms are the causes of other symptoms? If we treat the cause of some symptom, are we maybe treating another symptom of something else? How far back do we have to go? Well, I say that, we could say, well, really, all physical ailments and problems have a mental cause. So we're going to go to a shrink because we got injured on the job, physically injured on a job. So should we go to a shrink? You can go to the medical doctor. You can get a cast put on your arm, but you're still prone to getting another broken arm at work sometime other because you haven't treated what really brought that on. Or should we say it's more of a spiritual cause? More of an astral plane cause? Like you're getting sick because you have big gaping holes in your astral body and other influences have an easy way in to bring down your health? So we should go to a psychic, I guess, or an occultist if we can ever find one, who can see that, somebody who can see auras and then actually affect repairs or tell you exactly what to do. There is no industry that does that. And if there were, I'd be kind of afraid of it. I wouldn't know what the hell they're up to, nor why they exist. There'd be criticisms about it, negative ones. So what's the answer? Jesus? Buddha? True selfhood? Love? The practices here on this channel? Well, yeah. How about that? How about the practices here on this channel? All added up, put together, and done comprehensively. Might that be getting toward the causes of some things? I would say so. Because if they are an antidote for some things, the antidotes that I keep bringing up over and over and over, the antidotes are all the work toward true selfhood, self-mastery, mastery of self by self, personal evolvement, and mental discipline. And if they're going to be used as antidotes for something, then there are two somethings, major somethings. What I call consciousness hijacking and perception deception. And we can say that those are some root causes of a lot of problems in humanity, including physical ones. So as long as we're going to use something that actually might be a stepping stone for a while for somebody, like if you've ever been prescribed crutches or a walker, a wheelchair, and it turns out that it's a temporary thing for you, there is a period during which it's a stepping stone, whatever that is. And then there comes a time in which if further use of it may be a stumbling block. Now, I wouldn't want to tell somebody who just got a pair of crutches and they're walking around with a cast on their leg, hey, you better get rid of those crutches, man, because they're just going to weaken your leg. That's just a substitute for your real leg. So you better don't use crutches. That's ill-informed. That's not good. You're not treating the cause. You're just putting a Band-Aid on. You're using a crutch. What are you going to do? You still have to learn to walk again, man. Take that cast off and throw away those crutches. You're going to end up with a weak leg. You're going to have to fix that then too. Well, yeah, that's what physical therapy is then for. And there is a time to throw away the crutch. So as long as you're going to use medical marijuana, why not learn how to get the most out of it? Turn its negatives into positives if you can, and turn the positives into big ones. Get more out of it and get good use out of it. And kind of like transmute it and its effects to the best possible state that, well, my desire here is to its highest form and highest effectiveness that I can think of, that I can come up with and share with you. Now, I appreciate these kind of comments because they give me things to talk about, new points to bring in, things to address, help fill in the whole picture. So I welcome comments like this. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumb up. Now, I have an idea. If you didn't like it, give it one anyway. It helps to share the channel with other people, which I also ask that you do. Share this somehow. Word of mouth, thumbs up, everything or whatever. All right? Comment courteously below. Don't forget to subscribe. Man, come on. Do it. And it's for you. And get notified of new uploads. Click on that bell thing. Whatever. The bell thing. There, that thing. All right. I'm Theron Q. Ramachandran. This is Theron Q. Ramachandran. I'm Turk Strongman. Be well.